Welcome back, and this is just a quick weekly update today. Doing a little parade here for you of the different Adelaides in comic form. A lot of people commented that they liked the comic form, so I just took the Adelaides that we're going through this month and kind of did a recap on the ones that we've looked at so far. Then we'll just go ahead and get started moving forward. Welcome to Wisconsin Shoe Guy. Here we do unboxing videos, we discuss general shoe knowledge, we do worth the price videos as shoe reviews, and we will do shoe battles, comparing shoe to shoe so that you can understand the differences. I also speak to experts in the field. So let's get started on the week itself and the shoes that were worn. Not a lot this week because I was pretty focused on, my work, but did have the opportunity to change shoes each day and really focused on English Adelaides. So I started off with the George Cleverly Adams this week, then moved on to the Crockett and Jones Westbourne. From there on to the Loke Trinity and a rounder last, then back to a chisel last with the Trickers Belgrave, and then ended the week with the Gaziano and Girling St. James 2. Then for the weekend, really took some time and broke in my Cru NonPareil Rumors. This is a really cool Spectator suede split toe with a really very cool leather sole. And as you can see, also has a toe plate on it that was installed at the factory, which is very nice. And then I got a new pair of loafers this week, some Allen Edmonds that are made in India that I wanted to try out, and they are pretty cool. So this week for the general shoe knowledge, we're going to talk a little bit about Norwegian Welts. This is also called Norvegese, and there are different types here. So as you look at the first two at the top from St. Crispin's on the top left, those are just your straight welts. Then your others can go more levels. So you have the Acme and the Polyscophora that are actually deeper. Bottom left, you have something called the Tyrolese welt, and then you have the Meermins or braid welts, and then Bontoni actually has a straight welt, but it's looser stitching. So this week we only got one new pair in the mail. This is a loafer coming from Allen Edmonds. It's made out of kudu suede, and it says imported there. And one of my viewers actually suggested that I look at it, and it is made in India. They actually have the Indian flag on the back as a tab, which I missed on first glance. But they're not hiding anything, and it is my first pair of Allen Edmonds made in India, and so far they are very nice. Venetian, that's what the VENT was. So let's just take a look and see what we got here. These are first qualities, but they come in plastic just like an F2, but no F2 there, although it's got a funky sticky here. These are not stitched. This is fake stitching. So kind of sad to see Allen Edmonds go down that path, but they I didn't buy these to be a long-term shoe. I bought them to replace another cemented shoe with something a little bit higher quality. So I'm hoping that these fit the bill for that. So what I'll do is I'll walk through after I've done the unboxing. The box, by the way, is a cheap box, but it is black like the other ones, but it's kind of like the natural color Allen Edmonds box versus a high quality one. But let's take a look here. So as we look at shoes purchased in 2019, we have an update on my C&J Westbourne. So this week we're going to do the update on shoes from 2019 and 2020 like we do every week. But this week, these are actually going to be shoes that we wore this week. These are the Crockett and Jones Westbourne. They are on the famous 348 last, like the Alex, like the James, the new 007 shoe, This is just a very, very well-made, well-fitted shoe. It's got great detailing. It's got some nice fudging. They do some nice edge work around the edge there. You can see kind of how it's they grind it out. These are open channel soles. And you know, Crockett and Jones uses oak bark tan leather soles, and they do really nice. They also do quite a bit of finishing work on the uppers. This is not hand grade. This is just mainline, and this is just a very well constructed, very artistically put together shoe. When you look at, and now this is 2 years old, it had quite a lot of wear in the first year. And it is one of my favorite, really one of the first Adelaides that I owned with cap toe. And one of my first European shoes. Very, very happy with this. And really kind of opened Pandora's box for me and really got me into the whole style. This is a chestnut color, which is really fascinating because it looks red in certain lights and it looks brown in others. And you know, these are a pleasure to wear and a joy to own. I know that sounds really over the top, but they are and remain to be one of my favorite shoes. Well, that's my favorite. You know I like my Adelaides, and here is one that I bought in 2020. Well, so today we're going to look at this Tricker's Belgrave. This is an Adelaide that I purchased in 2020. It doesn't have a lot of wear on it because 2020 was kind of a different kind of year. But it's a pretty nice shoe. It's got some nice fudging, which is hard to see. Let me see if I get the light just right. You can see it better. See? There's quite a lot of fudging on there. And they do just really nice details at Tricker's as they look at the whole shoe. So you can see the broguing is nice. The sole is very nice. This is a blind stitch sole. It's got a wide waist. It's a very stable shoe. Relatively roomy as well. You know, at first I thought these were a little on the big side. I actually wore an insole with them a couple times, but left them unlaced, let them dry out, put them on this last week, and they fit fine. Just really comfortable, well-fitting shoes. A little bit of room here, but everywhere else seems to be just perfect. So, you know, they're holding up really well. The construction is good. You know, as I look at these, you know, see how thick the heel pads are? You know, that is probably the only detractor that I can really say for these, and that is not an uncommon thing in this price range. Trickers are going to run in dollars somewhere between about $400 and $550, depending on the exchange rate. If you buy them directly, I've seen them as high as $680 for this shoe. But you know, that some places still just use old exchange rates, and the dollar is stronger against the pound than it was at the time that they came up with that. But this is part of what we deal with. There's also a few places out there that still charge VAT to Americans, so that you got to look out for that as well. Make sure that you're not paying the taxes there, since, you know, you're supposed to pay the taxes here. So, anywho, thank you for checking out and seeing the update on these Adelaides. So I'm very excited to talk to you about some of the new things in the pipeline. My Ichigo Ichi shoes are done and they're now en route to me. So I have the Jim Juns and these coming in. Some pictures of these. These are in kudu, and these are a custom pair that Lee Trung did for me. I told him to be creative with some pieces of it, and there's some things that are not pictured that he wanted to surprise me with, so I'm really looking forward to it. But you can see the level of detail work that he did here on the soles and on the uppers. I mean, look at that dragonfly there. That's just very, very cool. You can see him there chiseling the edge into the edging. And here you can see he did a subtle fiddleback waist. And this is the shoebox that he made for me as well. Just fantastic stuff. And then here I actually have a new pair of Chelsea boots that I ordered from Bodillies. I wanted to give Chelsea's a try. I've never tried them before, so that's what's new. So I've got a lot of shoes on the way, as you can see, and as I'm looking at this quarter, an Aubersea, a Corthay, a Yearn, another St. Crispin's, and an Alton, and those are going to tap me out. So I moved some of the other shoes out to the following quarter because I know that I'm going to have to make some decisions then. And then, of course, I'm going to have 2 tuition bills in second quarter or in third quarter also. So it is possible that some of these things are going to shift over time. But I moved the Crockett and Jones and the Norman Villaltas out another quarter. So added a very cool para boot that I'm also very excited to see as well.